Hello, hello, it's Kitti, proud to be your thought organizer, coming to you live on an overcast day in Atlantic, Canada. And as always, I say there is blue sky above those clouds, and just keep that in mind. If you look up one day and you see clouds and you're thinking, or even maybe if you're having clouds in your head. There was a song about that back in the 60s, and just remember that there is blue sky above those clouds, and strive for that blue sky. There's your takeaway for today, if nothing else. But we do have a lot for you today. Who am I though first? I am Kitti Andrews with DeclutterTheBrain.com, and what do? I help entrepreneurs to organize their space and streamline their thoughts so that they can focus on attracting and serving premium clients. Now, I do have over 20 years experience in helping people to gain control of their surroundings, and through that I have developed my step-by-step one system which has helped me and my clients go from overwhelmed and struggling to organized and thriving. Yes. And are you thinking, overwhelmed and struggling to organized and thriving? Maybe I'd like to learn more about this. Well, I ask you, how would you feel at the end of the day if your productivity was just through the roof with the right things, getting the right things done, because you're not distracted by your clutter? You're just thinking, yep, everything's in order. I can focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. Sounds good? All right, I'll tell you what, you just hold that thought and we will give you your next one step to take in about 10 minutes from now. All right, now, this week we are talking about ADHD. It is a salute to ADHD Month, ADHD Awareness Month, that being October, and we're talking about, is the ADHD mind clutter prone or clutter free? And this week we've been talking about why we could be clutter prone and what we can do about it, how we can avoid it. So hold with me, will you? All right, now, in a recent study, 60% of ADHD adults said that disorganization was a serious problem. And 40% of women over the age of 40, also in that same survey, said that disorganization is their most urgent ADHD issue. Now, can ADHD brains, we are 5% of the population. Yes, I said the word we. We are 5% of the population, so that's pretty significant. Now, could we be prone to clutter? Well, I'll tell you what. Due to part of the neurodiverse condition, another fancy word for ADHD, is that we can there's a less than ideal working memory. All right. So what we do is we often leave out items as visual reminders. All right, so hence you may have piles of paper, because I can't put that piece of paper away yet because I'll forget to do something about it. Or in my case, I'll leave something on the kitchen counter until it's written in my phone, on my shopping list, on my phone. Things like that. Now, the trick with that is you just want to make sure that you get everything put away. Yes, there's the trick. And what else? Sometimes a less than ideal time management system can contribute to clutter. So you may find yourself leaving a trail, the proverbial trail of breadcrumbs, as you're running your way out the door. And perhaps Amazon and Etsy can contribute to clutter as well, because we get that dopamine rush from ordering and from receiving, and then possibly never using the product. Now, when does it get in? When does it become a problem? Well, I'll tell you what. The National Association of Professional Organizers tells us that in North America, about $800 a year gets spent on needlessly on things that just buying and replacing things that we can't find. Also, they report that the average North American spends 1 year of their life, 8,760 hours, searching for and replacing things. Now, if you tell that to an ADHDer, they will laugh at you and they will say, "You double that, honey." Yeah. So it takes time, it takes money. Now, it can also get in the way of relationships, whether those be work or at home, and it can cause mental health issues. Now, again, when does it become a problem? That's the overview. When it becomes a distraction in and of itself, or if more than one person complains. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. When it becomes a distraction, or more than one person complains. If I think that if one person complains, maybe your spouse or your boss or coworkers complain, might just be their viewpoint. But if more than one person complains, I think you need to have a look at the situation. And maybe items aren't in the right room, so of course you can't find them, like slippers in the garage, the hairbrush in the kitchen, the hiking equipment in the dining room. It can also become a health and safety issue if you're tripping over things to get from point A to point B, or things are piled so high, and I've seen a picture of this stack of paper over the person's head. Okay, that's not good. Now, what to do about it? We're all about the why and then the what to do. Okay, we give you tips here. So, if you are thinking, yes, I really, really could use a hand, there are two things. The first thing is to adopt a beginner's mindset. Don't just say, "Oh yeah, I know how to do that. I know all that." Be open to new ideas. You may want to seek out the advice of a friend or family member that you trust very well. Some people can be judgmental, so you want to be careful about that. But, or you may need a coach. Someone who's completely impersonal, shall we say. And you, sorry, I just wanted to make sure I don't forget anything here. Remember that that organization takes time to do right, so don't expect to get it right on the first go. Just be patient with yourself. Cut yourself some slack. Okay? Yeah. Now, be able to see all of your items. We at Declutter the Brain, all my clients, anyone I'm close to, we rely on clear containers to be able to see it, and color coding. I just color coded my emails this morning because somebody asked me to help him with his emails. How do I get through my emails? We're going to be doing a piece on that in a couple weeks, by the way, thanks to this person. You could have baskets or containers without lids for a lot of items that are similar, like gloves. You could have it uncovered or covered. It's your choice. You may want to have a wastebasket in every room so things don't accumulate. The dead Kleenexes go in the wastebasket in the bedroom, okay? And that saves walking too. You may want magazine racks in every room so that they're tidy. You know, you're going to read in the bedroom, okay, well, it's tidy, right? It doesn't clutter up your night table. Spend 5 to 15 minutes a day decluttering. I'll tell you what, I'm going to reduce that to 5. I declutter my desk at the end of every single day. You could spend 5 minutes on your dresser, making sure the coffee cups and dead Kleenexes or used Kleenexes are off it. Okay, just slow and steady wins the race. And so I know I'm hitting you with a lot here, but it is the Friday synopsis. Now, when you're looking at an item, when you're decluttering, use your instinct. Your instinct is your friend. Yes. Think once and then let it go. You can ask yourself, how often do I actually use this? Where do I use this? Will I use this? All right, and a little introspection is good too when you're changing your brain to go from clutter prone to clutter free. You could say, well, what stops me from putting it away? Well, I'm lazy. Okay. Or there may be other reasons. This is where you want a sounding board, like a friend or a coach. Other handy things, write things down before you forget. Write it down. I know you're going to have pieces of paper everywhere. We can work on that. But just make sure you write things down. Am I right, Michael? Make sure things are convenient for you to get to. Now, today, it's all about you. Keep in mind that it's not, unless it's a safety issue, it's not what other people say, but how you feel and function in your clutter. All right, let me explain that. Your own expectations are the most rewarding. If you honestly can tell me without getting the kitty stare from me that you are in control of your mess and the mess is not controlling you, then let the criticism roll off your back. That's nobody can help you if you don't want to be helped, all right? If you really are functioning. But if you are asking yourself, am I wasting time looking for what I need? Am I being pulled off task? Am I accomplishing not as much as I could because of my clutter? No. That if you answer that way, or if there's even a little bit of a niggle, yeah, trust the niggle. There's a podcast by that name, by the way. Then yes. Then it is time to do something about it. This is when you bring in that organizer or that decluttering coach or that friend. Even an online organizing group. I can point you to some, and it's not even my own. But make it about you. Okie doke. All right, so happy Friday to you. If you think that this video could help someone who could be struggling with clutter, whether or not they're ADHD, just hit that big old share button. You don't know, you could really, really make a difference in someone's life. If you're curious as to other videos I've made on a wide variety of topics, just go to YouTube, type in Declutter the Brain, and we are all there, cataloged, organized, and ready for you. Okay. And I promised you one step. If you are feeling that you just want your clutter gone and your mental clarity back, and you are an action taker who is committed to organizing your space and streamlining your thoughts, yes? All right, here's your one step. Just go to, scroll down in the feed and download your 7 easy steps to conquer your physical and mental clutter. And while you're there, just book a quick and free call with me, and I will gift you with a jumpstart plan for right now results. How does that sound? Yeah. The idea is to get started. It's to take that first step. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. It makes sense, doesn't it? To just finally get the momentum happening. Okay, it is highly likely that it is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so there's a good likelihood I'll be broadcasting from a world wonder, the Bay of Fundy, on Monday. So stay tuned for that, or I may be here, I'm not sure, depends on the weather, but either way, have a terrific weekend, everyone, and next week we talk about small space decluttering. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.